Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sarah Martin with The Contoured Chemist. Today is going to be for my newbies or for my girls who have been a little bit scared to try mascara because I understand it is very different, but I'm going to show you a technique that will prove to you how easy this makeup is, that it is simply paint by numbers, that anyone can blend it out, that these creams blend like a dream, and that there are no mistakes that cannot be fixed. So I'm gonna show you how I use these. 4 colors. I did my whole face. 1 brush, 4 shades, and a sponge, following a beautiful face map that you get with your makeup and how easy it is. So if you wanna see how I do it, please keep watching. Be sure to hit that like button and subscribe so you see my next video. And thank you guys for being here. Love ya. All right, girls. So this video is for all of my mascara newbies, or maybe those few that are a little hesitant to try such a different makeup concept. So if you want to know a little bit about what makes mascara different, is that mascara is all cream based. Okay, so our main colors that make up your foundation are all creams, which is very different. And the whole concept is about making highlighting and contouring your face simple. It simplifies the whole process. So instead of having a huge makeup bag full of all these products you have to layer and that are complicated, this makes it simple. You just follow a face map, put the right colors where you want them to be, and then you blend. And it's like magic. And I know I say that a lot. It's like magic, but it surely is. So I wanted to do this video to kind of simplify things and show you guys the basic 4 shades that everyone will have in their 3D foundation and exactly how we can make it as easy as possible, okay? I want you to not be scared if you're gonna make a mistake, because there are no mistakes with creams. And I want you to also see how well these things can blend, because that was the biggest surprise to me when I started wearing this makeup, was that it blends so much easier than anything I'd ever tried before. So let's get into it. I am going to do a paint by numbers today, and I'm going to do not my normal makeup routine. I am going to just do 4 shades, and I'm gonna do some dark shades that I probably normally don't wear on a daily basis, but I want you guys to be able to see them on camera and see how well they blend. Even if they are super dark and they look super scary, they're not. So let's start with the face map. Okay, so hopefully you can see this. You'll get one of these cards in your first order, and it will show you exactly where everything goes on your face, and then a detailed description on the back. So let's go over it step by step. Okay, so with Maskcara's 3D foundation, you're gonna be matched to at least 4 colors, okay? First of all is a highlight. So in mascara world, our highlight is actually what you would think of as like matching your skin tone. It's gonna give you the most coverage. It's gonna work as a concealer and a brightener and all the things all in one. So 99% of people use 2 of these. I use 3 on a daily basis to get the look I want. It isn't necessary for everyone, but it's very rare that people can get a full highlighted look with only 1, in my opinion. Most people like to then add an accent brightener to brighten up certain features after as well. So I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like with just 1 today and how much coverage you can get from our highlights. So this is a highlight, and then also our contours give coverage. So different than traditional makeup where you put on a 1 color foundation and then you go in and contour, our makeup is designed so it doesn't have to be layered. So our highlight and contours both give coverage, and you just put where you want your highlight, where you want to be brightened, and then where you want sculpted out, where you want to contour, and then you have one layer and they just blend together seamlessly and they all give you coverage, okay? So then we have a dual purpose lip and cheek, and I know this one looks scary. It's super pigmented, but I wanted to show you guys how pigmented and beautifully these blend out. So that is saffron. And then an illuminator. So I kind of cheated here. I put in one of our brand new perfumes that I like to, it's a multitasker. It's a perfume. You could put it behind your ear, on your wrists. Gives a slight shimmer because it has our rose gold illuminator in it, but you can also use it as your illuminator so it saves space in your compact. So with these 4 shades, I'm gonna do my full face and I'm gonna show you paint by numbers trick, 1, 2, 3, 4, where they go and how easy it is. Once you get past that fear of something totally different, I promise it's worth it. Just a little bit of trial and error in the beginning. So let's start with our highlights. So if you look at this face map, pretty much wherever you don't have contour, you have highlight. So I'm gonna kind of reverse order this to make it a little bit simpler, because if you look at the face map, highlight goes wherever you don't contour, okay? But if you aren't familiar with where you're contouring yet, sometimes it's easier to start with contouring when you're new to this makeup. I know I did when I first started, so let's do it that way. So I picked Indigo. This is one of our darkest contours, but I wanted you guys to be able to see it. So I'm just gonna tap in with my finger to get it on my finger. Okay, first things first, cheekbones, okay? You're gonna feel for your cheekbones, okay? Right underneath that cheekbone, you're gonna start about the middle of your ear and you're gonna go to about the corner of your eye. And you're gonna go towards the direction of the corner of your mouth, but you never wanna go any farther than here. You guys, I'm just going to paint a stripe, okay? And you can add more, okay? I like it to fade as it goes in because it will naturally, when I blend it, okay? That is your first contour stripe, okay? You're gonna do the same thing on the other side. Okay. And then you're gonna go around the forehead. So the forehead's easy. You pretty much just want to go along your hairline. If you have a wider forehead, you can go down farther on your temples and it will kind of shrink your forehead. If you have a big forehead like me, you can go even farther down to shrink it this way. But I wanted you guys to be able to see Indigo. Okay, so what I tell my girls, a good rule to remember is just think contour, think 3. So we're gonna go along the hairline, under the cheekbone, and then make that last part of the 3, and that is under your jaw. Sculpt out that jaw. So pretty much we're just sculpting out our natural features. We are using dark, the contrast, to create dimension and shadow, okay? And this is gonna lift our cheekbones, okay, which is always a plus, and give us that dimension, that 3-dimensional look in our face. So unlike that traditional foundation that's just one flat all over color, we're gonna use the highlight and the contour color to really bring attention to our features, sculpt it out, and give us that 3-dimensional look that our face naturally has, right? Okay, so I'm not gonna go into nose contouring. You can, if you just follow the sides of, I'll do it real quick. I don't know what it'll look like once I start blending it together, but pretty much you can take your fingers, rub them together, and then just follow that bone all the way down in 2 straight parallel lines. And that's a nose contour. I usually don't use Indigo on my nose because it pulls red on me. Indigo is a neutral contour, so it has red and cool, so it's got warm and cool tones, but I want you guys to be able to see it. Okay, I think you can see that, right? All right, so where does highlight go? Highlight is what's gonna really light up your face, brighten it. Our highlights are designed not necessarily to match your skin perfectly. They are meant to brighten your skin tone, okay? So they're all slightly yellow based, some more than others, but your artist can help you pick. I highly recommend going through an artist because these colors are so deceiving to the eye. They look very different on the skin. So I'm gonna do the same thing and I'm going to put it anywhere I need coverage. Okay, so I'm gonna go under the eyes. I've got hyperpigmentation there, so I'm gonna put a little bit more there. I'm gonna go along the jaw. Okay, nose. Since I tried to contour, I will try to show. Highlight right down the center of the nose, and then you want to go all the way up to that contour line with your highlight. Under the eyes can be tricky. I normally use a color corrector, so I probably won't get as good a coverage with just this one shade, and I am just painting it on with my fingers. Like so. Pretty, right? All right, so I've got my highlight anywhere I didn't contour, anywhere I want coverage. That's where your highlight goes, okay? Don't be scared yet, I promise. So I'm gonna go ahead and put on a little bit of lip and cheek as well. I picked out one of the most pigmented ones we have. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna lightly put it on my lips. This is Saffron. When you put it on lightly, it almost just gives a stained effect, but it is so pretty. Okay, so for the cheeks, I'm gonna try not to go too crazy. I'm just gonna put it right here. With my finger. Okay. Okay, and then illuminators last, but if you put it on right now and then you blend, you're not gonna be able to see it. So I will show you how we do that very last. So here I am looking scary, and I'm gonna show you guys how to blend with this whole brush, with this one brush. So this is my favorite brush for if you want one brush to start out. It can really do it all. And it is one of my favorite brushes to blend with. So I normally blend as I apply, so this is a little different for me, but I want you to see that there's no mistakes with this makeup. If you get something in the wrong place, it's easy. You move it back to where you want. So I'm gonna start with the pointed end, and I am just going to start pressing and feathering and pulling the color where I want it to go. And short feather-like strokes blends it in really easily. So all the way up to that contour line, I'm gonna blend in all my highlight first. With this makeup, you don't want to just go in and start doing this when it comes to blending. Now your highlight is most forgiving. And you'll see how it brightens really well. And this is normally not my all over color, which is why it's kind of not quite warm enough. This is why using a combination of 2 or even 3 for some people, highlights can really customize your coverage even better. Which is what I do. Okay, so notice how I'm kind of just pressing to blend. So I'm pressing, all that color is right there, and I will remove excess at the end. Right now, I'm just trying to get it all where I want that coverage. Okay, I've got my highlight all blended in. You can tell I already got a lot of coverage from it. Now we're gonna start going over the contour areas and start blending those out. So I'm gonna go to the forehead because it's the easiest. All you gotta do, and I know it looks super scary and dark, start pressing it into your hairline. So pull up to go into your hairline so you don't have a weird white scalp line, and then pull down as well into that highlight. See how well these creams blend together? It's like magic. Okay, on my nose, I'm just gonna use kind of a pressing motion to soften that contour line. So no harsh lines, even if you're doing a nose contour. Okay, so let's do the jawline before I forget. Jawline's easy, you just wanna soften and pull down your neck. So you don't have any of those two-toned necks. Okay. All right, so the hard part, I feel like for most people, is blending your contour on your cheeks. So you're not blending so much that you're blending it away, but you're not leaving it too harsh to where it looks very obvious and not natural, right? So what I like to do is I always say press, okay? And I press and then I also pull upwards. So the biggest thing I say is don't just go on it and start sweeping back and forth. That will just blend it in with the rest of your highlight. You're not gonna be able to see a contour at all. But you also never want to blend down. So don't pull that down, it's gonna pull your cheekbone down. And the whole reason we are contouring our cheeks is so that we are lifting them. And indigo is one of the hardest ones to blend out, so be patient. So, can you tell it got too far down? Still got highlight on this side of the brush. There are no mistakes. It's like a magic eraser. Just pull it back where you want it, right? So there are no mistakes with creams. Creams don't set like traditional liquid foundations do. Until you are ready to set it, you can keep manipulating and moving them to where you want. And that's why there's no mistakes. If you were doing a liquid concealer and it creased or anything like that, the only way to fix that is to remove it, use a makeup wipe, take it off and redo it. But with these, until you set it, you are golden. Just keep manipulating, pushing, pulling, putting it exactly where you want. If you get too close to the nose, move it back over. You always want your lip and cheek and your contour touching, okay? So keeping those two melded together is what's gonna give you that natural contour look, okay? So even though we started like this, it looks like that, okay? And you can always go back in with a little bit more highlight if you need to soften any edges, like so. So let me work on this side. Okay guys, so I blended my whole face with just the brush. I'll be real, usually I don't put it all on like that and then blend because it saves you a whole lot of time if you blend as you go. But I wanted you all to see it is possible. There are no mistakes. Creams are amazing. And I haven't even finished blending. So my next step is always a damp Perfector sponge, okay? Getting this the right dampness so it's not too wet. It's not gonna pull off your makeup, which is what happens if it's too wet. And it's going to take off excess, which if it's too dry, it won't take anything off. So you can then pounce this all over the face. Okay, this is gonna blur any harsh lines. It's gonna remove any excess so you don't feel sticky, tacky. It's gonna remove excess from under the eyes, especially if you have issues with creasing or have fine lines like I do. And this Perfector is what takes off excess and makes it look like skin, not heavy makeup. Okay, now it's time for the fourth color. So I like to pick up my Perfector again. And yes, I'm cheating, this is a perfume, but it still gives that glow, and I love it because then I can smell it as well. Just don't put this one on your lips. I've learned that. Okay, you guys, that's it. 4 colors, blend it out. You have a 3-dimensional look and you're good to go. All you gotta do is, depending on the finish you like, you can spray it with some setting spray or powder if you like a matte look, and your makeup will be locked in just like you left it all day. So hopefully this answers some questions for you guys. Hopefully this took away some fear that creams are difficult or you're afraid you wouldn't be able to blend it out or fix any mistakes. Know that there are no mistakes, and this makeup really is that simple and that simplified for you. 1 compact, 1 brush, you guys. That's all it took. So easy. If you're needing a color match, my questionnaire is below. I'd be happy to help you pick your shades and for you to love your new routine as much as I do, because it is a game changer. Thank you guys for watching. Love you guys. Bye.